NFL Week 1 is in the books. Welcome back, gentlemen. I'm going to do a recap every single week. I'm so excited because Week 1 was nuts. I'm not going to waste your time. Let's get right in. I got to kick this off with my two absolute favorite games of the week. I'm going to start it out with Pittsburgh Steelers, New York Jets. Not only was this game an absolute certified hood classic, but I expected this game to be kind of a flop. Everybody was hyping this game up because it was the quarterback swap, right? Like Aaron Rodgers goes to the Jets, and then he switches over to the Steelers, and Justin Fields goes from the Steelers back over to the Jets. Aaron Rodgers didn't look great last year, and Justin Fields has never looked particularly good in the NFL, and both of these guys gave us an electric game. Such a sick game. Now, one sad thing for the New York Jets, they won in almost every statistical category, and they still lost the game. I think the Jets, if you're a Jets fan, this was a spectacular game. I would not be frustrated with this loss. Justin Fields looks so good. 3 total touchdowns, 16 for 22, 218 yards. He was excellent on the ground. The backfield looked strong. Breece Hall looked really good. Garrett Wilson did have that tough drop, but other than that, he had a spectacular game. And honestly, Jalen Ramsey is just really, really good, so I'm not, like, crazy about it. Seems like the Jalen Ramsey acquisition was really good, too. A lot of people were saying that didn't matter because he was washed. Aaron Rodgers didn't matter because he was washed. Neither of those ended up being true. Fun fact, Aaron Rodgers has not thrown for 4 touchdowns and no interceptions since 2021. And in 2021 is when Aaron Rodgers won MVP. First impressions, Steelers' run game did not look good. I'm a big Jaylen Warren fan, and he didn't look that impressive. Breece Hall looked amazing. DK Metcalf was really good, but he did actually have some, like, actual drops, which I don't see out of DK Metcalf a lot. Like, he straight up dropped a few passes. Calvin Austin actually looked like the best Steelers wide receiver, in my opinion. Calvin Austin played so good that game. Overall, this was a banger that I did not expect. I think both the Steelers and the Jets will continue to be very good this season. I expected that out of the Steelers. I expected nothing out of the Jets, and I think they're going to be really good this year, so I'm excited for the Jets. Okay, next up, we have to talk about the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills. Yes, this was a historic comeback for the Buffalo Bills. This was an insane game, but I'm being honest. This was more of the Ravens choking than it was the Bills winning. Yeah, Josh Allen was doing some black magic shit. Josh Allen looked incredible. I love Josh Allen. That's my round 2 fantasy football pick. But why is it that when the Ravens are up by double digits, they're never in a good spot? It feels like the Ravens are always the team that manage to lose these games. I think it is really interesting to look at just the differences in the offense, even though it was 41-40. The differences in the offense is so interesting to me. Like, Josh Allen threw 46 passes. Lamar Jackson threw 19. Josh Allen threw more than double the passes than Lamar did. Now, Lamar had a better QBR. This is also why I think QBR is kind of a silly stat. Like, Josh Allen threw for 400 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. And he has a lower QBR. I understand it's a percentage-based and how many touchdowns you get by the volume of it, but I don't really look at that. Overall, both quarterbacks played incredible. Derrick Henry was set for one of the best games of his career. Yes, that fumble was difficult, but honestly, I think the Baltimore Ravens defense sold this for Baltimore. What more can you realistically expect? If Derrick Henry goes for 170 yards and 2 touchdowns, averaging 10 yards a carry, if Lamar averages 12 yards a carry and has a rushing touchdown, if Lamar doesn't throw an interception, Lamar doesn't turn the football over, they score 40 points and they lose. I don't want to take away from the Buffalo Bills, but I would be so frustrated if I'm a Ravens fan just with how this game was sold. Jair Alexander had some serious breakdowns on defense. Trenton Simpson on that punt. Did you guys see that play? I know this is like super, super insignificant and also a very scuffed clip, but it's 40-25, and this is a spectacular, like, God-tier punt, right? Now, the ball, yes, it's going towards the end zone, but it's more or less coming to rest. Trenton Simpson lays down, goes out for it, and slides his hand onto the chalk. And now, instead of Buffalo starting at either the 1, 2, or the 3, they're going to start, they're going to mount this drive. They're going to score a touchdown. They're going to get the ball back. They're going to do it again. Matt Prater's going to end the game. I know that this is a microcosmic. This is a very small detail, but like to choke the lead that the Baltimore Ravens choke is not just like bad luck. It is many small things continuously stacking on top of each other. And this is just one of them. This should absolutely be a 99-yard drive. That's a god tier punt. And Trent Simpson like slides all the way to the zone. Like what a lot of return teams preach in this scenario is either tap the ball back towards the green or let it come to rest or chop down your feet before you get to it. Rather, if you slide into the ball like that, you're almost guaranteeing that he's going to get his hand on chalk and then it's a touchback. I thought this was a really interesting play that no one's really talking about. You guys know all the big plays. You know, for the most part, I'm sure you guys know the big plays. Not that I care. I mean, Josh Allen's on my fantasy team. I don't care about either of these teams. It's just as frustrating to watch the Ravens choke so many games. Yeah, I mean, this graphic is famous, right? We see this on Ghetto Gronk all the time, but the Ravens managed to lose all of these games. This is one of the most egregious offenses, though, that I can think of recently. Yes, Baltimore's choked a lot of games, but 40-25 with 4 minutes left. They're like the only team I can think of that would lose this game, other than, of course, the Detroit Lions leading by 17 at half against San Fran in the NFC Championship. At what point is this on Harbaugh? Harbaugh has built this incredible RPO offense, and yet they can't win big playoff games, and they choke big games against good teams. Is this a Harbaugh thing? Is it actually bad luck? That's up for you to decide, because I don't know ball well enough to give you a definitive answer. But this was a spectacular game. Lamar looked amazing. Henry looked amazing. Josh Allen looked amazing. Keon Coleman looked amazing. The MSU trader himself, Keon Coleman, looked amazing. Also, every time I do one of these videos, I do want to check in on my fantasy team. This year is the first year I'm doing a dynasty draft. That is where your team carries over the next year. There is no redraft. So 2 years from now, more or less, I'd have the same team. I definitely want to show you this week because I dropped a fucking 170 piece. This is an 8-team dynasty league. My round 1 pick 1 was Bijan Robinson. My round 2 pick was Josh Allen. My round 3 pick was Puka Nacua. Round 4, I got Garrett Wilson and Travion Henderson. Then I ended up with Devonta Smith, Chris Olave, David Njoku, Brandon Aubrey, Denver Broncos defense. I got Cam Ward. Justin Fields, super late pickup for me. He dropped a 30 piece. I was really excited about that. Tyrone Tracy, because I'm really, I don't have any depth at running back. So I picked up Tyrone Tracy. I picked up Bijan's handcuff. I got Jalen Warren, who had a solid game. I got Tank Bigsby, Romo Dunze, Keon Coleman, absolute pop-off, Matthew Golden, and Dalton Kincaid. If you can't tell, my team's really young. I'm hoping in 3 years I'll have a God squad, but even right now, my team played spectacular. I will say I don't think Keon Coleman can keep up at this pace. I don't know how realistically Garrett Wilson's going to get this stat line every game. Puka Nacua, I love you. You're always going to be amazing so long as you're healthy. Same with Bijan, same with Josh Allen. I mean, Josh Allen dropped 40. I love Josh Allen, and he is fantasy QB1 like every year for 4 years for a reason, but he's not dropping 40 every week either. So that's my dynasty team. Thought you guys would see it. Let's keep rolling on these games, though. Seattle Seahawks, San Francisco 49ers, criminal choke by Seattle. This is, oh my God, dude, if you're a Seattle fan, this had to have been the most difficult game to watch. San Fran looked unimpressive. San Fran looked flat. Christian McCaffrey looked healthy and solid, so I don't know why Kyle Shanahan has this big stick up his ass about lying about Christian McCaffrey's status. Christian McCaffrey looked great, but the Niners didn't look very good. The Niners do have one of the easiest schedules in the NFL. Regardless, I don't think they're a deep playoff team because Seattle looked like shit. Seattle did everything in their power to lose this game, and they still almost won. Tariq Woolen looked giga-washed. I am not re-signing Seattle. I'm not re-signing Tariq Woolen if I'm Seattle Seahawks. I think, let me find the play. So, 10-13. There's a minute 42 left. San Fran has the football. Brock Purdy throws. He rolls out to his right and throws, honestly, kind of a lofter. I mean, this wasn't like a tight zip, tight window. Only Tonjes could get it. By the way, this is San Fran's third string tight end, Tonjes. Tariq Woolen, you are a starting corner? Why are you floating back away from the football? I'm not ever going to sit here pretend like I could do better personally, because obviously I can. I sit my ass on the couch and I watch these guys. But Tariq Woolen is on a contract here. Tariq Woolen has position. He's like 3 feet in front of this dude. He's in front of the football. And he jumps backwards for it. Tonjes, I mean, that wasn't even a particularly athletic move that Tonjes made. He just kind of went and got the ball, and Tariq Woolen didn't. Great play by Tonjes. I'm not taking away from Tonjes. But Tariq Woolen, dude, Tariq Woolen really struggled in this game. Seattle should have won this game like 100 times over. Seriously, Jake Moody's getting canned, bro. If Jake Moody still has a job... Also, for the record, I deleted Twitter because I hate it. Unfortunately, it is the best place for all these clips, so I do have to re-download for these videos. Cut me some slack. I am keeping my ass off Twitter. I fucking hate that app. It's 7-7. This is a 27-yard field goal. 27-yard field goal. You know what 27-yard field goal is? It's damn near a high school PAT. It's 9 yards deeper than a high school PAT. And he absolutely shanked it. Jake Moody already has one of the worst percentages in the entire NFL as a kicker, 24 for 34. The reason he isn't already canned, the reason San Fran hasn't moved on, is they drafted him. Jake Moody at the University of Michigan was one of the best kickers in college football. It is undisputed. I saw him in person. He was incredible. He's really struggled on San Fran. He's missed a lot of crucial kicks over, last year. And it's like the sunk cost fallacy. Once you've burnt a draft pick on the kid, you don't want to get rid of him. Like, you feel bad wasting that pick. Put it another way, if Jake Moody was a UDFA, no way he has a job. He missed this, the next one was blocked, and then he finally made that third kick. I mean, remember when Deebo Samuel was bitching about him last year? Yeah, we can all hate on Deebo Samuel all we want, but Jake Moody, he really should not be a kicker for the San Fran 49ers. That's my personal opinion. They're giving him way more trust than any kicker gets. You get canned for shit like this. And I will be very shocked if Jake Moody continues to have a job. 1 for 3 on field goals, and none of these were tough field goals. I hate to say this too. Kenneth Walker looked super flat. Kenneth Walker did not look good. Zach Charbonnet outperformed him on similar amount of carries. Sam Darnold did look solid. That fumble at the end of the game sucked, but how Sam Darnold literally can't see behind him. He cocks his arm back and the ball falls out. Yes, Sam Darnold didn't play great. Cooper Kupp did virtually nothing. Jackson Smith and Jigba looked really good. But overall, Seattle absolutely should win this game. I would be sick to my stomach if I'm a Seattle fan. It's like they tried to lose. In other unimpressive performances, let's talk about this Titans-Broncos game. So, yes, Cam Ward's a rookie. Cam Ward didn't play particularly well. He didn't play particularly bad, in my opinion, either. 12 for 28, 112 yards, 0 touchdowns. The only reason I'm cutting Cam Ward slack is 1, he's a rookie. 2, the Denver Broncos defense is incredible. Denver Broncos defense is so good. What I'm more shocked by in this game is Bo Nix looked like shit. Bo Nix had such a good season last year. If Jaden Daniels didn't exist, he wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. Bo Nix looked horrible, and I don't think people really talk up Tennessee Titans defense like it's a team that you're supposed to perform poorly against. I was really shocked to see Bo Nix here. The Titans kind of choked this game too. It was certainly a winnable game for the Titans. Cam Ward took multiple bad sacks in a row, pushed him out of range. But tell me why Bo Nix, 25 for 40, 60%, a touchdown, 2 interceptions. I think he had a fumble as well. It was not a good game, to keep it simple. Okay, I know you guys have absolutely just been waiting. You've just been waiting for me to talk about the Lions-Packers game. Isaac Tesla had the sickest touchdown catch ever, but it was the definition. The definition. If this isn't a poverty touchdown, I don't know what is. Absolutely fucking nasty. They ruled it incomplete on the field. I was shouting at my TV. He got 2 feet down because he totally did. Nasty catch, but dude, we were already losing by 21. I'm just gonna put it how it is, boys. We're actually in trouble. The Detroit Lions are in trouble. Now listen. I was a Detroit Lions fan when we went 0-16, so I'm used to a little bad weather with Detroit. Here's the thing, though. Offense looked like shit, and that was the fear. We lost Ben Johnson, supposedly one of the best offensive coordinators. We lose him to the Bears. How much is that going to affect our team? Who knows? We come out here and play the Micah Parsons Packers now, and we were horrible. We scored no touchdowns. In my eyes, we did not score a touchdown. Jake Bates had 2 field goals. And we scored a poverty time touchdown when Green Bay could not give a shit else if we scored now. That's a serious problem. I think most notably, we could not move the ball on the ground. And You know, yes, the Green Bay Packers have Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons wasn't exactly that good. He had a sack. He played well. He's Micah Parsons. But it's not like he bagged up our team or something. We basically threw checkdowns all game and just couldn't legitimately move the ball down the field. David Montgomery out-carried Jahmyr Gibbs, but Jahmyr Gibbs had 10 receptions, so if you're in a PPR league and you got Jahmyr Gibbs, I'm sure you're a happy camper. All in all, we start the season 0-1 against a division rival, who we're going to have to play again. We have one of the toughest schedules in the NFL. We play the Chiefs, the Eagles, the Ravens, the Bengals back-to-back. We also play the Commanders and the Buccaneers in that stretch. October's a gauntlet. And Green Bay's not supposed to be one of our toughest matchups. Now, it is important to note that Green Bay, prior to the game, was slated to win. So it's not like, oh, we're supposed to beat the Packers, and we just didn't. We were supposed to lose, but just barely. It was supposed to be a very good game, and it was absolutely not a good game. Wasn't even close. I am concerned about this season. People always talk about the playoff window this, the playoff window that. One thing I'll say about the playoff window is last year would have been our absolute best playoff window, but Aiden Hutchinson was out for the year. Losing your best defensive player obviously puts it on ice. So the year before that, was that truly our playoff window when we have all of our players healthy? We have Aiden Hutchinson, we have Ben Johnson and Dan Campbell, and we're in the NFC Championship and we choked that game. I don't want to overreact because it's only week 1, but this is cause for concern. I am concerned that last year was a better window for us to win it all, and the year before that was too. I miss Ben Johnson. I'll say that. Houston Texans, Los Angeles Rams. One thing I gotta say about the Texans is it's weird that 2 years ago, you know when CJ Stroud wins Offensive Rookie of the Year, and like that team way outperformed what they were expected? I'm thinking like, wow, Houston's gonna be a powerhouse. Like next year, they're only gonna get better, and the year after that, they're only gonna get better. It feels like they have gotten no better, which is weird. It's not like they're bad or something, but it's like, since CJ Stroud's rookie year, have they really gotten much better? I feel like the following year wasn't great. This was a super unimpressive performance. Not a single touchdown out of the Houston Texans. I think they're the only team this week that did not score a touchdown. I'm Nico Collins. For a lot of people, Nico Collins was a first or second round wide receiver. You hate to see a dud. Fantasy football-wise, I always say don't overreact. Jamar Chase, every year, his first game of the season, does nothing. Nico Collins did something similar here. Dropped a good old 5.5 fantasy points. Buccaneers Falcons, banger game. Honestly upset with Younghoe Koo here. Baker played a great game. Michael Penix Jr. looked good. He really did. I like Michael Penix Jr. You know I love Bijan. The ground game wasn't great, but it didn't matter because they gave him 6 receptions for 100 yards and a touchdown. So shout out my boy Bijan. Emeka Egbuka, 2 touchdowns, 70 yards, the rookie. If you're in a dynasty league, he's super exciting. Also a really good pickup for Buccaneers because, I mean, how much longer can Mike Evans and Chris Godwin do it? You know, Mike Evans is old, although he's still obviously very good at football. Younghoe Koo, uncharacteristic 44-yard field goal miss. Younghoe Koo is absolutely fucking livid after this miss. This is a very interesting kick. Something that you very rarely see out of right foot kickers. Younghoe Koo's a right-footed kicker. By and large, what you'll notice on the trajectory of a kick from a right-footed kicker is the ball looks like it's going right and it bends back in. You'll see it all the time. You ever like watched a kick from a kicker and you're like, oh my God, he missed. And then it bends back into the left, a slight curve to the left, and it goes right through. That's the most common curve that right-footed kickers have. For lefties, it's the opposite. A left-footed kicker's kick will look like it's going left and it will bend in right. For Younghoe Koo to have this thing like pile drive curve right is very uncharacteristic. And I mean, he honestly just did not get a good kick on this ball. This isn't like something unlucky that occurs. He really just didn't kick it very well. It's a 44-yard field goal. He's usually an absolute god. That's a bummer to see. Who knows what happens in overtime, but last year, Falcons' overtime games were sick. I was really excited. Like, when I saw this get teed up, I'm like, hell yeah, overtime game. Younghoe Koo's not missing a 44. Younghoe Koo missed a 44. Tough. Also, shout out Matt Prater. Matt Prater was sitting on the couch, played for the Cardinals last year. He basically laced up his boots and played for the Bills and was unbelievably good with the game winner. Where his stat line here. Yeah, Matt Prater, 3 for 3, a long of 43, 11 points. Matt Prater used to play for the Lions, man. He used to play for the He played for the Broncos. He got caught smoking weed, so they cut him. The Lions signed him. Then he goes to Arizona. Now he's on the Bills. Matt Prater's a legend, man. Love Matt Prater. Bengals, Browns, I'll be honest, I don't have a lot to say about this game. I will say nothing hurts more than just utterly dominating the stat sheet and losing the game. It's so depressing. To have, like, this much time of possession, total yards. Bengals looked like shit. And they just, I mean, they won. It's so Cleveland Browns to lose this game. 141 total yards. They had 2.9 yards per play. Flacco threw 45 passes. Burrow threw 23. Chase Brown didn't look good. Nobody looked good, frankly. Nobody looked good, but like the Bengals just do this. This is not cause for alarm for me. Not only that, but they got the win. Like they go 1-0, and you just know that Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are going to have a 8 reception, 120-yard game, right? Like this doesn't freak me out. Another dud we're not talking about is the Eagles-Cowboys game. Awesome game. A.J. Brown did nothing. I'm ready for A.J. Brown to come out next week and have a bazillion yards and a bazillion receptions. Because A.J. Brown does that every single year, too. A.J. Brown always has the most dud game and follows it up with a heater. So that doesn't concern me at all. I will say the Dallas Cowboys look great. Dak Prescott looked great. I've talked about that game already, but looked pretty damn good. You know who shocked me this week? Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm not pretending like the Panthers are super good or anything. But it feels like, dude, you know who I've always been unimpressed with is Etienne. Travis Etienne's always been unimpressive. Dude came alive. 16 rushes, 143 yards. He looked really solid. I mean, in my head, I kind of thought maybe Tank Bigsby was going to take over this role. I was certainly hoping that because I drafted him in fantasy thinking like, oh, dude, Etienne's washed. It's Tank Bigsby's season. That's not the case. Yeah, no, Trevor Etienne looked really good. Travis Hunter looked kind of solid. Nothing insane, but he had 6 receptions for 33 yards. He certainly played a lot more offense than defense. I guess everybody but me knew that. I thought Travis Hunter was going to be a corner in the league. I just saw it. To me, he was going to be a DB. He did play some reps. He had a tackle, I believe. Yeah, he had 1 tackle. That was the only stat he recorded. It's cool to see him play both sides of the ball, but it appears that he is slotted in to be a wide receiver. Brian Thomas Jr. Hello, Brian Thomas Jr. 1 reception, 11 yards. Hello. Let me just say this. If I had the opportunity to take Brian Thomas Jr. in fantasy, I 100% take him. 100% take him because I was so high on this kid. Can't panic after week 1, but that certainly didn't look good. Chuba Hubbard is still a very good fantasy running back. Bryce Young, very bad game. Tough game. Tough game all around for Bryce Young. He started last season really poorly and ended last season really well. Maybe this is a sign of more of the same. New York Giants, bro. New York Giants was a team I was very high on going into this season. Commanders are a tough matchup, but let's not pretend like anything was good about this Giants game, bro. Russell Wilson looked like shit. We live in a timeline, bro, where Russell Wilson looked like shit. Daniel Jones looked incredible. Aaron Rodgers looked incredible. Justin Fields looked incredible. I'm not pretending like Aaron Rodgers looking incredible is like so groundbreaking, but Russell Wilson, man, yikes. Big yikes. I mean, is it Jackson Dart season already? Is it actually Jackson Dart season already? Because yes, the idea is like you let Russell Wilson play until Jackson Dart is ready, but are you seriously going to send Russell Wilson out to go 17 for 37, 168 yards? Sheesh. I think the most shocking stat to me from the Giants game is the fact that Malik Neighbors got 12 targets, but only hauled in 5 passes. This is not on Malik Neighbors. I'm just saying, the fact this dude is getting 12 passes thrown to him and they can only bring in 5, it's ugly over there in New York. Scattaboo only lost yards. It makes me so sad. Love him. Nobody played well. Bill, though, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. Everybody was talking about this guy, this UDFA running back who, like, shot up the Commanders' depth chart. Actually really fucking good. Once again, I'm glazing because he's on my fantasy team, but he looks really good. I mean, the Commanders are in an injury spot because, like, yes, like, Austin Eckler is super washed, and you really just don't have running backs, so somebody's got to do it, right? But he looked damn good for UDFA. I'm not going to ever take that away from him. Deebo Samuel also looked good. You shut your mouth. I know you, me, and all of us were calling Deebo Samuel fat and washed and obese and saying he was pulling up to McDonald's and we were doing AI fat Deebo Samuel. We were all doing it, okay? None of us are innocent here. He looked really good. He had a jet sweep rushing touchdown, which was a fire play. He was the leading receiver in yards and receptions and targets. If I'm a Terry McLaurin owner in fantasy, I'm a little spooked out, I'm not going to lie. Deebo Samuel, resurgence in Washington. Deebo Samuel, resurgence. Don't say I didn't tell you. Don't say I didn't tell you. Las Vegas. I said Las Vegas was my dark horse team this year. Their win total projection was like 5.5, and I hammered it. I think they're going to win 9 games at least this season. I actually really like the Raiders this season. I really like Geno, and I really like Ashton Genty, and I really like Jacoby Myers, and I really like Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers is injured. Who knows for how long? Jacoby Myers, fantasy fucking PPR merchant. Genty actually didn't look that good. He didn't. I mean, I don't know what to expect out of Ashley Genty, but he didn't look like this god-tier running back. He looked okay. Travion Henderson, I'm hoping for good things for, but 46 passes out of the Patriots, and they really couldn't do much. I do like Drake May. I want Drake May to succeed, but there's probably a game you should win, and it's this game against the Raiders, and you lost by 7. I don't know what Vegas had, but I have to assume Vegas had Patriots as the favorite. Oh, they were. Patriots were a minus 144 favorite, so they were 2.5-point favorite. They're supposed to win, but not by much. And the Raiders took a W. I think the only biggest story we haven't covered is the fact that Daniel Jones looks super fucking good. I will say I've been defending Tua Tagovailoa for a very long time. Tua Tagovailoa looked like shit. He looked so bad. It's actually, dude, the meme of everyone talking shit about Tua. For once, I'm seeing it fully. I don't think it's biased. I don't think they're just hating on him for no reason. He looked really bad. 14 for 23. He mentioned to a reporter that turnovers for him come in bunches. That is a similar thing that Josh Allen said years ago, but Josh Allen has cleaned it up. Josh Allen doesn't do that shit anymore. Tua, yikes. I mean, Zach Wilson came in, man. What is that saying? Granted, they were getting dog-walked. Daniel Jones is technically a MVP frontrunner right now. Not even technically. The MVP frontrunners right now are Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Daniel Jones, and Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. Daniel Jones, 22 for 29, 272 yards. He threw a touchdown and he rushed for 2 touchdowns. Now, I don't know if any of you were psycho enough to start Daniel Jones at quarterback in fantasy, but if you did, you were handsomely rewarded with like a 35 piece or something. He went stupid. Jonathan Taylor looked great. Michael Pittman, all reliable. I've always called Michael Pittman all reliable. He's one of my favorite fantasy guys because he just like, dude, he gets 8 targets a game and like 70 yards, maybe a touchdown here and there, but he'll give you 15 points pretty much every game. There were a lot of questions about rookie Tyler Warren, if he was actually going to be involved in the game plan. Super involved. 7 receptions, 76 yards. But truly, the most impressive thing was the fact that Daniel Jones looked incredible. Daniel Jones is the football enigma. Is he good or is he bad? He is Schrodinger's cat of being good or horrible at football. Either being great or being horrible. I don't know, dude. Exciting game for the Indianapolis Colts. Bad news bears for Anthony Richardson, dude. Anthony Richardson, I was already like, dude, is he really cooked in Indianapolis? He's cooked in Indianapolis, bro. Lots of big takeaways. Super exciting season. I do want to go through the NFL's Instagram real quick, see people's comments. Josh Allen, Lamar in this big duel. Lamar didn't even make a mistake and still lost. Yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about. Like, what more can the guy do? He played so damn good. I mean, Derrick Henry did have a fumble, yes, but Derrick Henry also accounted for 170 yards and 2 touchdowns. So net neutral those out, he still has 170 yards and a touchdown. Oh my Joshy, where do I even begin? He is a handsome man. Matt Prater. Everyone's getting geeked up for Matt Prater. Just got off the flight and clutched the game up. Fine, fine. I'll show you Micah Parsons' first sack as a Packer. I think it needs to be noted that his first sack as a Packer was not against SOOO, but holy shit, look at him fucking hawking. Granted, Jared Goff isn't exactly the fastest guy in the league, but good Lord, Micah Parsons is scary. This pisses me off so fucking bad. This was a banger play out of the Pittsburgh Steeler, Jalen Ramsey. I am the #1 first person to glaze Garrett Wilson, but damn, that's a great hit. Didn't see him coming at all. A monster hit that iced the game. Great play, Jalen Ramsey. Everybody who said that he was washed and no one should be scared of the Steelers because they're all washed. I don't know. I mean, it was the old washed guys who clutched up this game for Pittsburgh. Also, Jonnu Smith looked pretty good in that game. Oh my God, I can't believe I didn't even talk about this yet. I'm so sorry I didn't talk about this. Justin Herbert played spectacular football. Quentin Johnston played spectacular football. Quentin Johnston had 70 yards and 2 touchdowns. He played so well. So I got to write out my apology form to Quentin Johnston. Holy shit, did they look good. I expected more out of Amari and Hampton. Still looked solid. I think I'm excited that the Chargers have a true, like, RB1 that they're excited to develop, but I expected more out of him. They beat the Chiefs finally. God, it feels like every time I've ever watched the Chargers play the Chiefs in the regular season, they just choke the game, but they got the dub. Nice work to the Chargers. Could the Kansas City Chiefs really not make the playoffs? Kansas City Chiefs, like, dude, I know I'm overreacting. It's week 1, but bro, look at their schedule. They're just, dude, this is a gauntlet. So they lose to the Chargers here, right? Then they got Super Bowl rematch. They got the Giants. If you lose this game to the Giants, you don't deserve to go to the playoffs. Ravens, Lions, Commanders, Bills, Broncos. I take it back. I was thinking their schedule is a gauntlet. It's really not. This is not a tough schedule. In fact, they play the Titans, the Raiders, play the Jaguars. No, I take it back. This schedule is nowhere near as hard as it should be, actually. Tell me why the Chiefs get to play the Giants, the Jaguars, the Colts, the Titans. Why are they playing these games? Those are all gimmies. They got a bunch of, all their non-division games are gimmies? Man, now I'm pissed. I never should look that up. Now I'm pissed off. Sick. Oh yeah, so I'm posting this. I'm trying to post these videos same day, like trying to get this up as quick as I can. I've yet to see Vikings at Bears. I have the Bears winning this game. We'll see how it goes, but I think the Bears catch the W here. Fred Stafford cracked 60K. Love you, Matthew Stafford. Thanks for everything you did for the Lions. Sorry we couldn't give you anything in return. Sad days. Honestly, gentlemen, that sums it up. We're so fucking back. That's all I really have to say. We are so back. I love NFL football. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. I'll get you all the memes tomorrow. You're so handsome, and I'll see you then. Peace.